Our today's speaker, which is our DG, is Dr. Chris Ebu, the fellow of this center, FCP. He's a certified management accountant, certified management consultant, fellow Institute of Chartered Accountant, member Nigerian Institute of Training and Development, fellow Institute of Management Consultants, fellow Institute of Credit Administrators. So we have him well experienced to help us to put this into proper focus. So can you give our DG a round of applause? Thank you very much. While you invite him to take up his lecture.
Okay, thanks a lot, Engineer Dr. Bobola.
Thank you.
And I hope we can see the screen.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So productivity is all about managing time and starting on time so that we can do more. So without wasting time, today we are discussing about prosperity through productivity, 10 easy way of improving focus and minimizing distraction amidst conflict and crisis. So this is a picture of our giving fellowship to one of us, Umi Adeniyi, who is also a council member of Standard Institute of Bankers. This is him being inducted. So I've earlier been introduced. So these are some of what we are going to see or discuss today. Okay. So we'll be looking at how we can minimize distractions and remain productive despite all the noise that we are seeing. So we are going to look at what is conflict, difference with conflict and crisis, nature of crisis, 10 easy way of improving focus and minimizing distraction, the role of CPROD in your growth and productivity, and benefit of being a member of CPROD. And also we are going to see news, CPROD in the news. Now, most part of the world today are having conflicts and crises, from earthquake in Turkey and Syria to war in Syria, Ukraine, Russia, to terrorist insurgency in Nigeria, Afghanistan, Iran, Somalia, Burkina Faso, and even crisis in Sudan. Nigerians are also passing through a lot of conflicts and crises. In the past few months, we have seen or heard of burning of banks and killing of bankers due to this shortage of cash. We have also seen election and post-election violence. Some people have been killed. Yes, even in families, there are conflicts and crises. So conflict and crisis are two related but distinct concepts that can affect your productivity. When you have conflict and crisis, your ability to produce will be diminished because your mind and brain is thinking about the conflict. Conflict refers to a situation where two or more parties have opposing interests, goals, or values, and their interactions are characterized by disagreement, tension, or hostility. You must have experienced this either in the family, in the office, in your local government, or country. Yes, conflict can arise in various contexts, such as interpersonal relationship, organizational settings, or international affairs. Conflict can range from mild to severe. Yeah, this is soldiers trying to quell conflict. Whereas crisis, on the other hand, refers to a situation that is perceived as a threat to the well-being or survival of individuals, organizations, or society. We can see people here in a crisis area burning tires and saying, we won't agree. Nature of crisis. A crisis is usually sudden, unexpected, and disruptive, and it can cause significant harm or damage to individual and organizational productivity if not managed effectively. Like, you will quite agree with me, in most countries like Sudan, where they have a crisis, or Congo, or Nigeria, where there's election crisis, the productivity usually goes down because a lot of attention of people are geared toward listening to the evolving crisis and conflict instead of doing things that are really output in nature or productive. Examples of crises include natural disasters, terrorist attack, financial collapse, pandemics, and other events that disrupt normal economic and organizational functioning and requires urgent action. So now we are going to see 10 easy ways of improving focus and minimizing distraction amidst conflicts and crises. Yes. So look at the picture there. The man has a lot of distractions, but he tried to cover his face and focus on what he is thinking. You will also see that amidst conflicts, you want to spend more time listening to news about the crisis. Now, this is a very diagram of what we are going to discuss about how to minimize conflict and crisis, how not allow it to affect your productivity. So this is the diagram of what we are going to discuss. So we will take them one after the other. Number one is minimize interruptions. Yes. You need to unplug, at times go internet free for a short period daily. Remember, there are people whose job is to manage crises, like state or government emergency management agency, the police, the army, and they are paid to do that. So now when you focus on that, you are not being paid for it, and you allow it to affect your productivity. At the end of the day, you'll be worse off in this. So at times you go internet free for a short period of time so that you will not be feeding with most of the news or information. At times you turn off notification on your phone and computer and close unnecessary tabs and applications to minimize distraction so that you can focus on your major task or duty. So we are saying you have to minimize interruption. The more you listen to news about crisis and conflict, the more you take in more negative energy that affect your productivity. I repeat, the more you take in or listen to news about crisis and conflict, the more you take in more negative energy that affects your productivity. You are weighed down. Therefore, focusing on one thing without interruption is how you get meaningful work done, according to Nate Green. 2, practice mindfulness. Practice mindfulness. That is having an agenda, know your vision and goals. Identify blocks and practice self-awareness. It is often said, mind your business. So know what is your business and try to mind it. You can do this by taking a few minutes each day to practice mindfulness, which can help you to stay present and focused in the moment. That is minding your business. So this is how to be mindful of what you are doing. You can see the picture there. You take a seat, you find a place where you can focus free from distractions. You set a time limit of the tasks you have to do, set a time when you will start, time when you will stop. Then notice your body. Feel your breath. Also, notice where you are and what is happening around you. Be kind to your wandering mind. So you use your mind, target and focus on one thing so that you will think out the results. Number 3, write it down. Number 3, of remaining focused and free from distraction. Write it down. Get your ideas out of your head. The benefit of writing down your goals are, it gives you a sense of clarity. It helps you to stay focused. It keeps you motivated. It invokes commitment in you. So write down what you want to do or your idea so that your mind will be free from wandering from one thing to the other. Number 4, prioritize tasks. You can have 10 million checks in or things you want to do, but refocus and prioritize regularly. Know which one is number 1 you need to do. Make a list of tasks and prioritize them based on their importance and urgency. I repeat, make a list of tasks and prioritize them based on their importance and urgency. You cannot finish every task you set your hand to do. But what you can do is to know which one is most important and focus on it and get it done. Prioritize tasks means eat the elephant one bite at a time. If you have a big assignment to do, for instance, you want to write a 200-page book, you must write it one paragraph at a time, one paragraph at a time. So you focus on that bite you are doing at that time. The same thing, if you want to farm 50 hectares of land, you must take it one pole after the other. Focus on completing the most critical task first. In maths, we have what we call the limiting factor. So you must know the limiting factor of whatever assignment you are doing that is most critical and focus on completing it. 5, take breaks. Remember, we are still discussing how to remain productive despite conflict and crisis. We have earlier defined crisis and nature of conflict. And we have also said that it's disruptive. It can make you not achieve anything, not to be productive. We have taken 1 to 4 of what we need to do. So now we're in 5, take breaks, schedule and take walks. Take regular breaks throughout the day to recharge your energy and refocus your mind. If you sit down for 10 hours, the more hours you sit down, the law of diminishing return will set in. As each hour goes by, you will produce lesser and lesser. Therefore, to recharge, at times you take a walk, you take a break, and so forth. So on this lecture, our members will receive free the slides and recorded video, while others will receive free the training video. Please send a chat requesting for your free materials. You send your full names, email, phone number. If you want certificate of participation, e-certificate that will be sent to you electronically, you will pay 5,000 naira for administration. So you will indicate that also in your chat that you want a e-certificate so that the admin will get in touch with you. Now, number 6 is create a designated workspace. Create a designated workspace. Yes. If you are working from home, create a designated workplace. At times, if you are in parlor working, you will find that you will be distracted by the children, by family members, and so forth. Therefore, you must have a designated working space where it's free from distraction and conducive for productivity. Do you see it now? Otherwise, you will not have much to do. Like now, I'm in my home office, free from distraction. So you will create a place that when you enter, people will know that, yes, you are really out for work. 7, use the Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro comes from the Italian word tomato. So the Pomodoro means tomato. It's an Italian word. And it's a technique that involves breaking your work into 25 minutes intervals, followed by short breaks. This can help you to stay focused and remain motivated. Now, in Pomodoro, you work for 25 minutes, you take a 5-minute break, you come back, work 25 minutes again, take 5 minutes break, do that 4 times, which gives you 1 hour. Then which will give you 2 hours. After 2 hours of taking 5 minutes break, then you take 20 to 30 minutes break. Then you start again, walk 25 minutes, take 5 minutes break, walk 25 minutes, take 5 minutes break. You do it 4 times, which is again 2 hours. You take 30 minutes break. So this is Pomodoro technique. Try it, and you will see that it will keep you relaxed and you get motivated doing your job. Then 8, set clear boundaries. Use habits, use time and environment as triggers. Set clear boundaries with colleagues and family members to minimize interruptions and distractions. Yes, use habits. Let people know when you work and when you receive visitors and when you are free to talk. Both colleagues in the office, family members, so that they will know that at social time you are at work and will not entertain disruptions. By so doing, you will achieve more and get free from people who will bring you the current news in social media, which though good, but does not add to your productivity. 5 signs that you need to set boundaries. 1, if you feel annoyed when others place demands on your time, then you need to set boundaries. 2, you have trouble sleeping because your mind is whirling. Your mind goes everywhere. 3, if you feel burnout always, you feel exhausted, burnout, but little to show, no reasonable output, then you need to set clear boundaries. 4, if your relationships are suffering, yes, friends, family members do not have a meaningful relationship with you, then you need to set clear boundaries. 5, if you feel like you are being pulled in a million directions, this one is drawing you here, this one is drawing you there, this one is drawing you back, this one is drawing you forward, you need to set clear boundaries. 9, use noise canceling headphones. If you must work in a noisy environment, you can wear a noise canceling headphones like the one you see in the picture to block distractions and create a quieter workspace so that you only focus on your work. 10, limit multitasking. Limit multitasking. You must work on one priority at a time. Avoid multitasking, as this can decrease productivity and increase distraction. So you see the lady here, she's trying to make a phone call. She's thinking of making tea. She's thinking of typing. She's thinking of going to post. So at the end of the day, none of these things will be completed because the mind is distracted. 11, we set 10 easy ways of remaining productive despite crisis, but let's take a few more. 11, shift your day. You can expand your day by starting earlier than everyone else. Early start, early finish. Late start, late finish. So you can start your day earlier. 12, practice self-care. Practice self-care. Prioritize self-care activities such as exercise, healthy eating, and getting enough sleep, as this can help you to stay focused and minimize distractions amidst conflict and crisis. So you must practice to take care of yourself, because if you are not healthy, you cannot be fully productive. So you have to take care of yourself through exercise, healthy living or eating, having enough sleep. Now, this is 8 types of self-care. You have to take care of yourself physically by nutrition, that is eating healthy food, exercise, sleep. Mental, you have to be mindful, self-talk, therapy. You have to be positive, take positive information more. Emotional, you have to always have gratitude triggers and journalize them. Be grateful in whatever time and season you are, so that you have positive energy. Spiritual, you have to meditate and communicate with your creator. Intellectual, read, learn, write. You have to keep that. Your environment, you must make sure your environment is clean and healthy. Social, have network of people who are uplifting and pursuing the same goal. Financial, you also have to have budget, save, and also grow your savings. These are 8 ways of having self-care. 13, seek support. No matter what you do, at times you may feel low or overwhelmed. You need to seek support from colleagues, friends, or mental health professional if needed to help manage stress and promote focus during times of conflict and crisis. Yes, know when you have reached your limit and seek help. For those that are just joining, I have mentioned earlier that our members will receive free slides and recorded video, while others will receive free the training video. Please send a chat if you have not done so, requesting for your free materials, your full name, email, phone number. It's optional. If you want an e-certificate to show participation in this seminar, you will pay 5,000 naira and you indicate that so that the admin will contact you. Thank you. So now, the role of CPROD in your productivity. Yes, a lot of people have joined us from Sierra Leone, from Ghana, from Nigeria, UK, and other areas. There's alarming decline in productivity in African national economy, especially in the public sector. This has led to a decline in quality of life in most African countries. That is why many people want to go abroad, or what we call in Nigeria today, to Japan. Everybody wants to move to developed economy because our productivity is low. Despite the huge budgetary allocation in most African countries, the undeveloped economy syndrome still persists. We have manufacturing plants that are not producing anything or producing below capacity. Even when they produce, their goods are uncompetitive. We have millions in public sector workforce that are mostly underutilized, unproductive, and poorly remunerated. This has challenged the government in African countries and their various level and productivity ministries and parastatals to study, research, and promote an institutionalized productivity culture. However, the road has defied solution despite these efforts. You can see this is a typical public sector workforce. He's sleeping while there are a lot of work to be done. So this led to registering in 2008 CPROD. And since then, CPROD has more than almost about 300 fellows, members, and associates who have subscribed to enhancing productivity so that we can take it from one person to another, from one organization to another. Because the impact is that when you master productivity and method of enhancing productivity and study it as a body of knowledge, you will be able to impact in yourself, in your family, in your organization, and you'll be able to, by extension, improve the national economy. Membership benefits. Why should you be a member of CPROD? We show our members the best productivity principles, values, standards, and practices as a crucial factor in performance of their roles in the organization and business. Our members understand that increasing personal productivity raises their living standard and enhances national productivity. If 100 people are working in an organization and 80 are sleeping, and it is only 20 that is actually working, what they will produce will be goods that 20 persons need to produce. And what can be shared will not be enough to go around for the 100 person. So these are some of the things we also teach. So these are our members receiving their plaque during induction. This is a Sheraton Hotel, Lagos. Also, As our members improve their productivity, their real income improves, their ability to purchase goods and services, enjoy leisure, improve housing and education, and contribute to social and environmental impact will increase. Increasing our members' productivity also help their businesses to be more profitable. In addition, our members can use CP, MCP, or FCP in recognition of their competence, professional competence, and performance standard. A monthly newsletter and special research report keep members informed about emerging issues in profession, locally and internationally. So all our members get monthly newsletter. It also affords a unique opportunity for self-development. Members have frequent opportunity to exchange ideas with experienced professionals so as to update and expand their skills. Yes, there's also an ongoing program that involves productivity coaching. Our members have a 3-month free coaching. We have also a listing in online CPROD membership directory. So if you go to Center for Productivity in our website, you will see the list of our members and their qualification, which is also reference material for their certification. We have networking directory, which will be released latest by the end of the month to people who have subscribed it, where you will see our members' names, their picture, their area of business or interest, their phone number and email. And that is strictly to be circulated among those that subscribe to it so that they can network together. This is testimonial. Professor Balogun Abiodun, he said it has shaped my skill, broadened my horizon, and improved the level of my professionalism. This is Dr. Ruma, a physician with Shell. He said it is an eye-opener for me, some of the things that can either enhance or hamper one's productivity. This is Dr. Akade, head of maintenance, NLNG. He said, I must confess that the workshop materials were most enriching, very strong bearing with real life situations. Yeah. Now, CPROD, apart from admitting members, we also have productivity awareness. Every month, we send more than 100,000 emails on productivity awareness to people everywhere. We also do free open webinars like what we are doing now. We have some free productivity courses, free skill acquisition for youth, and publications in the national and international media, such as this. This is the Sun newspaper, How Nigerian GDP Can Increase. This is a Modern Ghana paper, Use PR to curb strife and boost productivity. News Agency of Nigeria. So from time to time, we publish in the national newspaper. This is our induction. Now, the membership program, you will participate in 14 courses or modules, such as listed below. How to improve your staff productivity, setting milestones to achieve set goals, knowledge management, application of technology in growth hacking, how to manage cash flow, how to negotiate and deal with difficult customers, and so forth. So there are actually 14 lectures you will receive to become a member. Quote, why factors beyond their control do their dance? I challenge you to rise beyond the present and reimagine how you are personally positioned on the chessboard of life. This is by John Obidi. So no matter the environment you find yourself, the crisis going on, you must rise beyond the environment and imagine the future you want. This is News of CIPROT membership. News Agency of Nigeria carries this. Okay. So for membership inquiry, you can send info@centerforproductivity.org or WhatsApp this number or go to our website. Okay. In the past 30 minutes, you will agree with me that it's a time well spent. We can't cover everything you need to know about prosperity through productivity in an hour, even if you had all day. You can get more information about how we have grown other individuals and organizations through testimonials in our website. So in conclusion, to summarize, here are some practical tips for improving focus and minimizing distraction amidst conflict and crisis. 1, prioritize tasks ahead based on importance and urgency. You need to prioritize whatever you are doing. 2, minimize interruption and distraction by turning off notification, closing unnecessary tabs and application in your laptop or phone, and using noise canceling headphones. We also discussed that you need to practice mindfulness to stay present and focus in the moment while allowing your environment to take care of themselves. You take care of your own business. You need to take regular breaks to recharge your energy and refocus your mind. You need to create a designated workspace that is free from distraction, we mentioned. We also mentioned using the Pomodoro techniques to break work into 25 minutes interval, followed by a 5-minute break. After 2 hours, you take 25 to 30 minutes break and come back and repeat that. We also discussed setting clear boundaries with colleagues and family members to minimize interruptions and distraction so that they will know when you are working and when you are free to be interrupted. We mentioned also limiting multitasking, as this can decrease your productivity and increase distraction. You will lose a lot of time moving from one task to another and not achieving anything. Prioritize self-care activities such as exercise, healthy eating, and getting enough sleep. We also talk about seek support from colleagues, friends, or mental health professional if needed to help you manage when you are overwhelmed. And this is all we can say for now. Thanks for listening.
Well, a round of applause for DG and our speaker for this wonderful lecture. We really appreciate you, sir, for this lecture. I'm sure all our viewers and participants must have gained tremendously in this lecture, because without being productive, there's no way you can move forward. You can't move. Look at our refineries. All of them are not working. And there are people there working there. So those staff there, they are at their lowest level of productivity. And I'm sure they will not be happy with what is happening to them there. So productivity is not limited to individual. Government also is part of the crusade. Government institution, government establishment, they are also part of the crusade. So like DJ has said, let us join hands together, invite our friends, invite our colleagues to join this body so that we can all propagate the gospel of enhancing productivity. A nation that cannot produce its goods, that is always importing, they cannot manufacture anything, then it shows that the productivity level is low. So we need to do something, all of us, as individuals, as Nigerians. So thank you very much, sir, for this wonderful lecture. I'm sure there will be some people who will have questions or further explanation. So just click your raise hand so that we can be orderly and we take it one after the other. Thank you very much.
Okay, they have started raising up hand. Obasi Eze, I will listen to 3 questions, then I will answer, then take another 3. Obasi Eze.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Or Doctor, for your wonderful presentation. Sir, I want to ask question in respect of the membership benefit. You know, as a member, like some organization, when somebody is inactive, contributing, but when he retired, you know that the incoming is no longer coming. Hello, sir.
No more alert.
The incoming revenue, that is the salary and other things that he may be actively paying the diesel, is no longer. In CPOD, if such members retired and they cannot contribute more, what are the benefits that the person will receive as old and those who have been active in contributing the time he was in duty? Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I've taken note of that, Mr. Obasi. Okay, Onyebuchi.
Thank you very much, Prof. I really appreciate the teaching. Sir, please, I have a question on minimizing interruption. Sir, please, I want you to explain more on that minimizing interruption, more especially in a working environment or when there is crisis in a working environment. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Kole. Yeah, Mr. Kole, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation. I most appreciate the depth of insight you have provided. Now, I have 2 questions. Number one, you mentioned something about a concept, maybe derived from, I didn't actually get the correct spelling, for me, maybe an Italian expert who proposed this kind strategy of time spacing, like having 5 minutes of rest, then 25 minutes of concentration. My question is this: have this concept been subjected to scientific empiricism to determine its efficacy, or is it a kind of anecdotal, proposal? So I'd like to know that. Now, is this organization? Sorry, sir, did you hear what I said?
Yes, yes, I heard.
Okay. Yes. Secondly, I want to know is the separate related to, does it have any relationship and linkage with organization like CMD, that is Center for Management Development? Is there any relationship? Those are the 2 questions.
Okay. Okay, so let me answer these 3, then I'll take another 3. The first person, Mr. Obasi, was asking when one retired, having contributed for some time, will he continue to enjoy benefits being a member of CPROD? The answer is yes. Because even those that are not members are enjoying benefits talk less of members. Those that are not members, they are enjoying the benefit of being invited to lectures like this. They also enjoy the benefit of access to a free area in our website where we have uploaded some free newsletters, free resources, and free videos they can watch. So if you are a member and you have actively contributed and you now retire, we will still put you as a statesman, an elder statesman, and you will continue receiving free newsletter. You will continue receiving networking invitations for only members. And money actually will not restrict you from getting benefit. Even some people have even said, some people that belong to other professional bodies, at times from year to year, you don't get any communication from your institute except demand for subscription. But so far, we have kept communication with our members monthly. If there's any member here that is not receiving monthly newsletter from us, he can mention and let the admin also respond to that. Maybe your email is wrong. So there's nothing to worry about that. Two, Onyebuchi talks about I should highlight more of minimizing interruptions. Yes, we mentioned, especially in the office setting, we mentioned that if you are in the office, assuming you have a private office, some CEOs or top executives, they will put on the door the visiting hours from this time to this time. It's a way of restricting people to know that from, let's say, 10 to 1, you don't receive visitors, you focus on your work. But if you're an open office where people are always chatting, discussing, and so forth, you can put noise canceling headphone, which we showed a picture of it, which when you put it on the head, you won't hear what people are saying. You only mind your own job. So these are some of the few things I can mention again. But then when you get the video, you will get the whole gist. Then Kole asks, the Pomodoro technique, has it been subjected to scientific proof? Yes, it's a principle that has been accepted. That is why if you Google it, Pomodoro technique, you will see a lot of materials, research materials that has been written on it. You will see a lot of videos. So it works. And what we are saying here are not necessarily theories. There are things that work. So you can practice it. And next time we meet by next month, you will tell us by your observation. Do you understand, Kole? Okay. You also mentioned the linkage between CMD. Yes, you mentioned specifically CMD, Center for Management Development. Center for Management Development is a government parastatal or agency. And then the objective is to promote management, education, and development. Some of their members are also part of CPROD. However, CPROD, being a professional body that is trying to assist the rot in the public sector, is not an appendix of a government body. So we are independent and objective. And some CMD members are part of us, and we have people from all walks of life. So not necessarily restricted to those who are management experts or development. We have engineers, we have doctors, medical doctors, we have lawyers and so forth. So we are very divergent view. But the connection is productivity, because despite your field of endeavor, you need to know how to enhance your productivity. That is the connection. Whereas CMD is focused on management development alone. So we take more questions. Yeah, Dr. Adesina, can we hear you?
I want to appreciate that sincere presentation on 10 easy ways for improving our focus and minimizing distraction amidst conflicts and crisis. The question I have, sir, is the fact that the present dispensation in Nigeria, where we have no money, we use money to buy money. No fuel, we buy fuel at exorbitant prices, for 350 per liter, 400 per liter, 270 per liter, attending disparaging prices. And business are collapsing, especially the primary businesses, especially the local traders, like Yalamala, that is very near to my school. I asked, why did they close the shop? He said they don't have ability to get transfer, and when some people transfer to them, they miss their money. They lost their money. My mother said cocoa around our area. They closed their shops. So what strategy can we use to enhance their productivity when they are closing shop in this milieu of Nigeria, poor fueling and poor money in circulation? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Lion Michael.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for the opportunity. So I actually want to ask about the membership of CPRO. That is there any requirement of a particular what is it called, higher institution certificate or something before you can be a member?
Okay, thank you. Then next, let's listen to Obasi Eze.
Thank you, Doc, for your wonderful answer you have given. Because, sir, I want to ask in respect of support, have they been chartered or are they on process? Because somebody asked me to find out whether the support is a chartered or not chartered, to ascertain before I can venture into being in as a member. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks a lot. So taking the three questions, I will take others later. Dr. Adesina asks about how SMEs, that small micro businesses, can enhance their productivity when some of them are closing amidst the cash crunch and going cashless. Yes, the cash crunch and going cashless has affected many organizations and individuals. It is true that at times when you send money, they hang, you are debited, and the recipient at times do not receive value. I have two cases myself, which has not been sorted out. But then that also affords one opportunity, if you are a micro business, to change with time. Because as environment is changing, businesses have to change also. During this time, some bosses are accepting transfer and they are making more money. Some have acquired POS machines to allow people to pay easily, and they are making more money compared to those who say they need only cash. So one have to change with the environment. And also the banks, the traditional banks are overwhelmed by a lot of transfers. This has made people to also patronize some fintech banks like Kuda, OPE, and others, because those ones have lesser traffic and they also have lesser number of failures compared to the traditional banks. So you also see these micro businesses opening an account with these fintech banks and then doing their transactions seamlessly. By so doing, they will be adapting to environmental change and technological change, and they will grow. So it's all about catching up with the time. Then Lion Mark asked about membership criteria. If you go to our website, you will see the membership criteria. It depends on whether it's for associates, fellow, or ordinary member. So just go there, www.centerforproductivity.org. But I know that for fellow, you will have at least 15 years of experience in a senior position, at least minimum. So, but the others are stated there. You can also send inquiries in info, centerforproductivity.org. Then as I asked whether we are chartered, no, we are not chartered, and we have not applied to be chartered. And what does being chartered means? It simply means that you have an act of parliament that is backing you up. But what we have is registration. Now, in every economy, especially in a developing economy, getting something passed in National Assembly, you must spend a lot of money. So it is not only done on merit. And then where will those money be accounted for? These are issues. So I belong to some bodies that while I'm a member, they got chartered. And we know that at times it takes 15 years and also high budget to do that. And such money and time at times is not productive. It doesn't add much value to the process. Okay. So now we will take the last three batch. Last three. Okay. Badem, Fateh, please, can you ask your question? Okay, Badem, while you are trying to unmute, Bola Olu, can you unmute and ask your question? Okay. Who again wants to ask question? Next, am I being heard?
Yes, you're being heard.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm still talking, Doctor. I'm still
Okay.
talking, sir. I said I wanted to appreciate the center, for giving me the opportunity to participate in this seminar. even though I'm not yet a member because I am outside the country. I want to say thank you. I'm grateful. I have gained from the exposure. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Okay. Any other person? Okay. Okay. So also being outside the country does not stop you from being a member. You can inquire because we have some members in outside Nigeria. So our president is even in India. Some of our members are in Ghana and other countries. Okay. Let's recognize some members and give them Nelson, please, can you call upon some members who wants to make comments to make comments?
Okay, sir. All right. Online. Okay, we have Mr. Epo. Yeah.
Okay. Epo, yeah, welcome. You want to make any comment?
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello,
I can hear you, sir.
I can hear you.
You are muted now. Can you unmute?
Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for the good work that you are doing in CEPRO. I have a little challenge concerning the invitation, particularly with regards to the time zone. This, I thought, when we say 10 p.m. plus 1, Nigeria is 1 hour ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. And that a little bit confused me. I was thinking that this meeting will start by 11. But unfortunately, when I log in, it has already begun. So I don't know what is maybe I'm not used to the time zone. But a little bit of explanation on that side.
Okay, Nelson, please, admin, can you respond to that?
Okay, Nigeria region uses GNC +1. For those outside the country, it's really relevant because there are those participating from different parts of the world. So when you use GNC +1, it enables them to know, okay, this is the time they can participate. I hope I've been able to answer your question, sir.
Well, what is, because the Greenwich Mean Time, you said 10 o'clock. So Nigerian time would be what?
Same 10 o'clock. If someone that is participating, yes, 10 a.m.
All right.
Someone that is participating outside the country might use another GNT. It might be GNT +2, GNT +3. But when you use GNT +1, they know that, okay, this is it's Nigerian timing.
Okay, thank you.
All you need to know is the time differential between, for instance, Nigeria and US, which is 5 hours. Nigeria and Europe. That's all you need to know. When they say 10 a.m. +1, which means that for Nigeria it's 10 a.m., but for other locations it may be different. You may need to add or deduct some hours. That's it. Okay, Nigeria is ahead of US by 5 hours.
Okay, so thank you.
Okay.
So we want to also recognize Professor Remy. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Okay.
Spiritan University in Nochi in Abia State.
You are in which institution, sir?
Spiritan University at Nochi in Abia State.
At
Abia State.
Okay, so Southern University at Umunno.
Spiritan University. Spiritan University.
Okay.
Nochi in Abia State, Nigeria.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Of taking time to come and join us.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. So the chairman, can you round up? Well, conclude.
Well, we thank you very much, sir, the DG, for this wonderful lecture once again. And I'm happy that a lot of people have gained or benefited. And those who have not joined, they can now see the need to join the CPROD so that all of us can learn this productivity thing and then apply it into our various assignments so that our nation, Nigeria, can move forward and make progress that is desired. So once again, thank you, sir, for this wonderful lecture. And for those who want to join, if you check the message has been posted, you can see the phone number, the details. So you can always call on people in charge to get registered and pay the normal necessary fees. The membership has 3 or 4-fold. You have the associate, you have the member, and you have the fellows. And then you have corporate. Your company can also be a member, apart from you as individual. That's corporate membership. So by doing this, everybody will be every hands will be on deck, and then we can be moving forward. Because productivity is not limited to individual, it's limited to companies, limited to organizations, it's limited to even nations, Nigeria in particular. If we look at what is happening in our environment, a lot of people are not productive. They are earning salary, they just go there, work 2 hours, leave again and collect them, which will not help us as a nation. So we must settle and learn all these small tips that will help us. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you, our DG, and thank you for all the viewers and all the participants. We hope to see you in the next lecture, because this lecture is in series form. So they will advertise it, they will invite you, and then you just join online. Just what it costs you is just your data. So it's free. So thank you very much. God bless.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, sir.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank